all anxiously waiting around for the return of LeBron James. LeBron James went out with that foot injury, and the Lakers have been kind of weathering the storm, waiting for his return. When is he going to return? Is it going to be this season? It's going to be towards the end of the season. Is it going to be, tomorrow? Like, what is going to happen with LeBron James? Darvin Ham, he gave us some news and said, hey, LeBron is expected to return this season with a couple games under his belt. Dennis Schroeder has been putting out all the business and spilling all the tea, talking about like German doctors are really good and all kinds of stuff, and that he's been working and doing 3 a days and all that stuff, right? Lots of word going around. And today there were reports that there was supposed to be an evaluation, that he was to be reevaluated today. And then we got the Dave McMenamin report over on ESPN saying that, hey, LeBron is going to be likely back with 3 games left at the end of the season. And it just seems a little odd. But LeBron has spoken out and given us some clarification on all of these just reports. But diving into the original report was, again, Dave McMenamin on ESPN reported on SportsCenter on Thursday that LeBron James is hoping to return April 5th against the Los Angeles Clippers and play in the Lakers' final 3 regular season games. Now, this is exactly what he said. A leak source familiar with LeBron James' thinking told me that he believes LeBron will push for some time over the final 3 games. The Lakers play in Los Angeles April 5th against the Clippers, April 7th against the Suns, April 9th against the Jazz, to target that range so long as there are no setbacks in his rehab to make his comeback. Get back onto the court, get a little bit of dress rehearsal before either the play-in tournament or a playoff berth for the Lakers. So I've said this before in videos, whenever you hear thinking, somebody familiar with LeBron's thinking, you know that report is going to be complete nonsense and is just made up, very likely. We see it all the time. We get reports regularly where it's like somebody familiar with, Darvin Ham's thinking. Like, okay, well, I think ideas and thoughts that I'm sure is along the lines of Darvin Ham at times. So am I a credible source as some guy that just makes YouTube videos that's a fan? No. I think this is journalism at its finest. This kind of stuff is hilarious to me. Like whenever you see the thinking, somebody familiar with thinking, there's the drunk guy at the bar that thinks and has all kinds of plans. Does that mean that he's a reliable source? Probably not, right? It's silly. But LeBron James decided to come out and clear this up because there seemed to be a lot of confusion and just, ESPN's reporting at its finest. And LeBron James said, there wasn't an evaluation today, and there hasn't been any target date for my return. I'm just working around the clock every day, 3 times a day, to give myself the best chance to come back full strength whenever that is. God bless y'all sources, the smack face emoji. I speak for myself. So there you have it from LeBron James, right? Again, we do not have an exact date for his return. I have said repeatedly, I think it'll very likely be somewhere around the Bulls games or Timberwolves games, but it might not be. I don't know. It's just my guess based on the timeline for the injury, based on, what we've heard from like Darvin Ham, LeBron, Dennis Schroeder, things themselves. But we don't know. I mean, LeBron could come back sooner. He could come back later. It could be anything, right? He's gonna come back when he decides he's ready to come back, right? When do the doctors give him the green light? When does he say, okay, I feel good, I feel comfortable? Now, if the Lakers keep winning, then maybe he keeps waiting it out until it's like, okay, we really need LeBron James now, right? Like if the Lakers win their next 3 straight, next 4 games, whatever, and we're 2-3 games over 500, LeBron might say, okay, like I don't need to rush my return. I can just kind of keep doing what I'm doing, continue to get healthy, continue to condition my body, and then get ready for this play-in or playoff spot. Maybe then he would return, the last 3 games or something like that. Right? That could be a possibility. But in reality, look, LeBron's going to come back when he feels like he needs to come back. I do believe that he is coming back at some point this season. I think he is going to come back and get a couple games under his belt this season because he's not going to want to just go directly from injury to jumping immediately into the playoffs. I mean, he can. It's LeBron James. I mean, we've seen this guy is insanely conditioned, insanely at the pinnacle peak of just an athletic performance and body and all of that stuff. But I imagine that he wants to get at least a handful of games under his belt, kind of get into playoff mode, and then that'll lead into the play-in and then the playoffs, or ideally directly into the playoffs. But all of these reports, we're going to get more of them. You're going to hear it. Once we get, because here's the thing, we still haven't heard LeBron get the green light yet. And maybe they have, maybe the doctors have, and it just hasn't been reported yet. But we don't have the green light, because even when LeBron gets the green light, that doesn't mean necessarily that he's going to return like tomorrow, right? Like, let's say we get a report tomorrow that says doctors have cleared LeBron James is good to go, right? That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play the next game. He may, right? Because he is conditioning, he is working 3-a-days, he is, doing all the things necessary to kind of ramp up there. But how extreme are those workouts? How much pressure is he putting on his foot and on his body? And are those like, because there's a big difference between, in 3-a-days where he's just kind of doing light drills, light work, kind of just getting shots up, maybe hitting the gym a little bit, walking on a treadmill, things like that. There's a big difference between that than like full-on scrimmages, gameplay. He's running simulations, he's running scrimmages, going full pace, 100%. Like, there's big differences between those two. And as far as we know, he hasn't done any like major ramp up workouts. He's just going about his business, doing his 3-a-days, doing his workouts, getting his body right. And I think this is huge for LeBron, right? I mean, he's getting to rest his body, getting to rest his mind, getting to rest just himself, and just kind of get, sort of zen, to quote, Phil Jackson, right? Let him kind of get in the flow of himself, get in his mind, and then just play the game of basketball. Let's get back. Let's make this push. I'm LeBron James, all-time greatest scorer, right? Let's do this. Let's get it. That's the LeBron that I'm hoping. I'm hoping that LeBron is going to come in, he's going to insert himself, and we're off to the races. And it's like, okay, we're a legit contender. Because I do believe the Lakers are a legit contender and can beat anybody in the West without a doubt, in my opinion. Will they? Who knows, right? Still a 7-game series. You still have to actually beat those teams. Matchups are a thing. Guys, injuries, all kinds of stuff, right? There's a million things that could happen in order for Lakers not to win it. But a healthy LeBron James, healthy Anthony Davis, along with the rest of these guys who have really stepped up big. I mean, think of like Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. I expect Malik Beasley to play much better once LeBron returns. All of these things are going to be huge for the Lakers when they get into the playoffs with LeBron returning. And he's going to make up for a lot of our flaws, a lot of our issues, his ability just to play make, be another 38-8 guy. Anytime any team is missing a 38-8 guy, there's only been so many of those guys in the history of the league, right? Anybody missing that are going to be in trouble and are going to need that back, right? He's healthy, he's right, he's getting into the playoffs for us, right? But also what he's getting more than anything is an opportunity to kind of take a step back, evaluate this team, and see, okay, this guy likes the ball here. This guy, he likes to be here. Oh, man, I can, if I'm on this side, I can get him to come over here, and boom, there's easy money, easy bucket. Oh, he really likes to pull up, spot up mid-range. Okay. Oh, he's good. He's good in a pull-up shooting motion, right? Okay. Oh, let's run this set. What about that set, right? He gets to evaluate the game and his team and really kind of put together in his mind, which we've seen, he might have the greatest basketball mind in history. He's going to be able to kind of pick this team and put out all of the flaws and go, okay, I can fix this, and this immediately. And then all the things that we're already really good at, he's going to be able to make us better. It's not a coincidence, in my opinion, that we are 3-0 with this current roster, and they didn't even have time to play together, right? And granted, 3-0 is a very small sample size, but it still gives you an idea of how good this team can be. I mean, we were blowing teams out. We were losing games by 30 and just decided, okay, let's turn it on, and won the game, right? It's just, this team is a different team, right? And now guys are meshing. You're starting to see guys step up. You're starting to see guys understand their role. LeBron is arguably the smartest, most plug-and-play player ever, right? You're going to be able to just plug him in, and he's going to be able to make this work, right? And that, I think, is massive. I cannot wait to see these three guys. They already looked like they had chemistry. I mean, LeBron and D'Lo were running the pick and roll together, and that was just butter. You had Anthony Davis and D'Lo running the pick and roll. That was butter. Like, Beasley's going to get better shots. I mean, we saw the games that he was having with D'Lo and LeBron. I don't think that that was a coincidence. I think that that was just, you have two playmakers on the court, and one of them is arguably the greatest ever in LeBron James, who is going to get you the ball in your spots, in motion, in rhythm. Like, it doesn't get any better than that if you're a shooter, right? So I look at this team, I look at this roster. Austin Reeves, we already know how good he plays with LeBron. It's going to be a beautiful thing, right? Does this guarantee us an NBA championship? No, but I do think we have a very, very, very good shot. Very good shot. Like, you look at all the teams, and there are issues with every single team, right? Like, Denver, they cannot play defense. The Suns, that's a big concern. Dallas, that's a big concern, right? The only real concern with the Lakers is, like, can they stay healthy? Everybody, like, the consensus is, like, if this team's healthy, they might be the best team in the West. But can they stay healthy? That's a big thing. But we'll see. As always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below.